Okay, it's time for Shokugeki no Souma, Chapter 113. So I hope you guys enjoyed the anime debut. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's awesome. But in this chapter, we really focus on Shinomiya's past as well as Soma's desire to learn what his cooking is. And so we do start off, though, with him seemingly getting it, but at the same time, he's still learning more about French cuisine. And the sous chef he notes for Soma like the major differences between Japanese and French cuisine, where like the vegetables are often like left aside to have their own like natural flavor, but in French cuisine they're often extracted into the whole dish and are kind of part of the whole thing. Um, so there's that, and so then the special guests come in and they're like Hinako is one of them, and one of the senseis from old days was there, including Shinomiya's mother. And then we get our flashback, which I thought was pretty good because we really see where um, where Shinomiya's drive comes from, and that's from his mother basically, and the fact that she loved French cuisine apparently more than anything, and so that's where he wanted to do French. But he states like he had to like ground himself in his own roots, which is Japan, because he's Japanese, he's not French. And then what he does is seeks to bridge the gap between both Japanese and French cuisine by using like some of the forgotten vegetables in France or French cuisine, mostly because of like the whole World War II thing where they were force feeding them certain vegetables. I can't remember which ones, but there was just this whole history behind it, which was pretty interesting. I like that. And so I really do like Shinomiya's past, even though it's pretty simple and it's not like well dived into. Like there was a lot of showing in there, uh, rather than just telling us. There's a lot of good stuff in that. Um, it was short but sweet, and it was very effective in proving where Shinomiya's drive comes from. And so this apparently gives Soma the idea of what to do for his dish, and so he is officially entering the contest. And so, I mean, that's really the chapter is where he ends up, uh, challenging the other people for the contest. And there's quite a few good artistic panels of Soma as usual. Let me go see this. This freaking page is not loading out quickly at all. Yeah, sometimes I gloss over while I'm reviewing it, but um, yeah. So the whole forgotten vegetable thing was what really sparked it, and he's saying like he wants to make his dish a reality, and it basically ends off where Shidomi is like, I'm not going to be responsible if you're freaking the confidence that you're now receiving just gets squashed, um, which obviously makes sense, but we know Soma's going to succeed. So I mean that's the chapter. I thought it was pretty good because Shinomiya's importance has been growing, and as a central character, I guess we need some sort of backstory on him, and we do see it. Okay, he's not central, but he's close because after like as far as adults go, he's up there because he seems to have such a big influence on Soma, which is good. I mean, he's basically inadvertently a mentor to him, so he is very important, whether or not people realize it. And so his backstory was short, but it was good. And everything that happened with Soma in this chapter was also good. He's still learning. He's still not up to snuff, which is good. he shouldn't be. He's still a high school student. He's still learning, even though he's basically a prodigy. I mean, he was 15, and if you guys saw the episode 1, if you remember from back then, he he made like an adult woman completely. Yeah, uh, yeah, just with a dish he made up on the spot, basically. So yeah, good chapter, and hope to see you guys next week.